Are you ready for a challenge so intense it might just bring you to tears? These 14 games are infamous for testing patience, skill, and perseverance, pushing even the most experienced players to their limits. 14. Returnal. Returnal was developed by Housemarque and released in 2021 exclusively for the PlayStation 5. The game follows Celine, a space explorer who crash lands on the hostile alien planet of Atropos, only to find herself trapped in a time loop. Every time she dies, the world resets, forcing her to re-explore the alien landscape and battle terrifying creatures. The game features a roguelike structure, with procedurally generated environments and ever-changing challenges, making each playthrough unique. As Celine progresses, she uncovers pieces of a mysterious narrative, exploring themes of isolation, grief, and the psychological toll of being stuck in an endless cycle. Returnal pushes players to think strategically, as death is frequent and each attempt teaches new ways to survive. The standout features of Returnal include its fluid third-person shooter combat, atmospheric world-building, and immersive storytelling. The game's use of the PS5's advanced technology, including the haptic feedback and adaptive triggers, enhances the experience, making combat feel tactile and responsive. The seamless gameplay loop of battling enemies, uncovering lore, and improving Celine's abilities offers a rewarding challenge. 13th, Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, released in 2024, reboots the beloved franchise with a fresh take on its signature acrobatic platforming and puzzle-solving mechanics. Developed by Ubisoft, the game blends traditional 2D platforming elements with modern 3D graphics and open-world exploration. Players control the prince, who embarks on a perilous journey to save the world from an ancient evil. The game introduces time manipulation mechanics, where players can slow down or rewind time to solve puzzles and defeat enemies. This new mechanic, combined with the prince's acrobatic abilities, adds an exciting layer of complexity to the gameplay, making every movement feel like an artistic dance of action and precision. What sets Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown apart is its emphasis on fluidity and freedom of movement. The prince can scale walls, swing from poles, and perform incredible acrobatic feats as players navigate through intricate levels. 12th, Ghostrunner. Ghostrunner, released in 2020, is a high-octane cyberpunk action game developed by One More Level. Set in a dystopian future, players take on the role of a cyber-enhanced ninja named Ghostrunner, who must navigate a crumbling city filled with deadly enemies and environmental hazards. The game features fast-paced parkour mechanics, allowing players to leap across rooftops and slice through enemies with precision. The combat is brutal and unforgiving, with players needing to quickly react to the actions of enemies and utilize various abilities to overcome challenges. The game's narrative revolves around revenge and self-discovery, with players uncovering the dark secrets of the city as they progress. The best features of Ghostrunner include its fluid movement, immersive world building, and punishing difficulty. Every level is designed to challenge players with intricate platforming and intense combat sequences, demanding quick reflexes and sharp decision-making. The game's cyberpunk aesthetic, combined with its synthwave soundtrack, creates a visceral experience that keeps players engaged throughout. 11. Nioh. Released in 2017, is an action RPG developed by Team Ninja, set in a mythical version of feudal Japan. The game follows William, an Englishman who is caught in a supernatural conflict involving demons and yokai. The combat system in Nioh is heavily inspired by traditional samurai combat, with players utilizing a variety of weapons and stances to battle enemies. The game's brutal difficulty is one of its defining features, with punishing bosses and challenging encounters that demand precision and careful strategy. Nioh also incorporates RPG elements, allowing players to level up their character and customize their gear to suit their playstyle. What makes Nioh stand out is its deep combat mechanics, which reward patience and skill. Players must learn the intricacies of the swordplay, including mastering different stances for offense, defense, and agility. The game's setting is rich with lore, blending historical events with fantastical elements drawn from Japanese folklore. The difficulty, while punishing, is fair, and players are encouraged to learn from each defeat. 10th, Cuphead. Cuphead, released in 2017, is an indie game developed by Studio MDHR that quickly became a sensation due to its unique art style and brutal difficulty. The game is heavily inspired by 1930s cartoons, with hand-drawn animations, watercolor backgrounds, and a jazz-infused soundtrack. Players control Cuphead or Mugman, two characters who must defeat a series of challenging bosses to repay a debt to the devil. The gameplay is focused on boss battles, each one offering a unique set of challenges and requiring mastery of precise platforming and dodging mechanics. The game's difficulty is notorious, with each boss requiring patience and skill to defeat, making every victory feel hard-earned. The best features of Cuphead include its gorgeous art style, which stands out as one of the most visually striking elements of the game. The hand-drawn animations, inspired by early animation styles, give the game a charming yet surreal aesthetic that sets it apart from most other titles. The combat is fast-paced and requires precise movements, with each boss fight offering a fresh and intense challenge. The game's unforgiving difficulty is balanced by its sense of humor and artistry, providing a rewarding experience for players who enjoy testing their skills. 9. Bloodborne. Bloodborne, developed by From Software and released in 2015, is an action RPG set in the Gothic city of Yharnam, plagued by nightmarish creatures and horrifying eldritch forces. Players assume the role of a hunter, tasked with ridding the city of its grotesque inhabitants while unraveling the mysteries of a mysterious illness spreading through the populace. The game shares many similarities with From Software's previous work, Dark Souls, but it introduces a faster, more aggressive combat style that rewards players for staying on the offensive rather than being defensive. The game's gothic atmosphere, rich lore, and nightmarish enemies create an unsettling world that is both haunting and captivating. The most notable features of Bloodborne are its challenging combat, intricate world design, and atmospheric storytelling. The game's fast-paced combat encourages players to aggressively engage enemies, offering a unique twist on the traditional Souls-like formula. 8. Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, released in 2013, is a spin-off of the iconic Metal Gear series, developed by Platinum Games. Unlike its predecessors, which focused on stealth mechanics, Metal Gear Rising emphasizes fast-paced, hack-and-slash combat, where players control Raiden, a cyborg warrior. The game is set in a futuristic world where Raiden battles through hordes of enemies and massive bosses, using a variety of weapons, including his signature katana. The combat system is built around high-speed swordplay, allowing players to execute precision cuts. And the game's Zandatsu mechanic lets players slice through enemies and even extract their energy cores to replenish health. The standout features of Metal Gear Rising are its dynamic combat, vibrant visuals, and intense action sequences. The game's combat is smooth and satisfying, with players chaining together devastating combos and utilizing a range of abilities to take down enemies. 7. Lies of P. Lies of P, released in 2023, is an action RPG developed by Nioh Games, inspired by the classic Pinocchio tale but with a dark twist. The game is set in a grim, Belle Epoque-inspired world, where players control Pinocchio, a puppet on a quest to find his creator while battling grotesque enemies and uncovering dark secrets. The game blends elements of traditional action RPGs with a focus on tough combat and a moral system that influences the narrative. As players progress, they can choose to lie or tell the truth, with each decision impacting the story and their character's development. The game's atmospheric setting and intriguing storyline set it apart from other action RPGs, offering a unique and challenging experience. The most notable features of Lies of P are its combat system, deeply immersive world-building, and moral choices. Players can engage in fast-paced, tactical battles, using a variety of weapons and abilities to defeat enemies. The game's moral system introduces a layer of depth, as the player's actions directly impact the world and how characters interact with Pinocchio. 6th Dark Souls series. The Dark Souls series, starting with its first game in 2011, is known for revolutionizing the action RPG genre with its unforgiving difficulty, intricate world design, and cryptic storytelling. Developed by From Software, the series places players in dark, twisted worlds filled with dangerous enemies, challenging bosses, and deep lore hidden within the environment. The games are infamous for their brutal difficulty, where every mistake can lead to significant setbacks, and players must learn from each death to progress. The series also features a unique multiplayer component, allowing players to cooperate or compete with others, adding another layer of challenge and excitement to the experience. What makes Dark Souls so memorable is its blend of exploration, combat, and environmental storytelling. The interconnected worlds are filled with secrets, with every corner holding new challenges or valuable rewards. The combat is deliberate and punishing, requiring players to carefully time their attacks, blocks, and dodges. 5th Ninja Gaiden series. The Ninja Gaiden series, particularly the 2004 reboot, is known for its brutal difficulty and fast-paced action. Developed by Team Ninja, the games follow Ryu Hayabusa, a ninja who must battle against powerful enemies, demonic forces, and dangerous bosses. The combat system is a key feature of the series, emphasizing fluid, combo-heavy attacks that demand precision and fast reflexes. Players must master a wide array of moves, from quick strikes to powerful combos, as they face increasingly difficult opponents. The series' reputation for difficulty is well-earned, as even experienced players can find themselves struggling to survive against relentless foes and complex environments. Ninja Gaiden stands out not just for its combat, but for its tight-level design and its relentless pace. The series is often considered one of the most difficult action games, with precise controls and gameplay that demand near-perfect execution. The enemies are relentless, and the boss battles are some of the toughest in gaming, requiring strategy, quick thinking, and flawless execution to overcome. 4. Devil May Cry. Devil May Cry, first released in 2001, revolutionized the action genre with its stylish combat and fast-paced gameplay. Developed by Capcom, the game introduced players to Dante, a demon hunter who must battle through hordes of enemies and powerful demons to uncover a dark conspiracy. The game's combat system is built around fluid, combo-heavy attacks that reward creativity and precision. Players are encouraged to chain style. Players are encouraged to string together impressive combos and use a wide variety of weapons and abilities to defeat enemies in visually striking ways. Each mission challenges players to perform their best in terms of combat and style, earning ranks based on their performance. Devil May Cry introduced the idea of a combo-focused combat system, influencing many other games in the genre. The game's gothic atmosphere, alongside its memorable characters and dynamic storytelling, made it an instant hit among action fans. The series has since evolved, with sequels expanding on its combat mechanics, storylines, and world building. Devil May Cry 3 is widely regarded as one of the best entries in the series, refining the combat system further and adding a deeper narrative layer. 3rd Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, released in 2019, is a departure from Software's previous Souls series, offering a more focused and linear experience with a samurai twist. The game follows Shinobi, a warrior named Sekiro, as he embarks on a quest for revenge and redemption in a fantastical version of feudal Japan. The combat is methodical and punishing, requiring precise timing and strategy, with a strong emphasis on parrying and countering enemy attacks. Unlike the Dark Souls games, Sekiro has no RPG elements like character customization or leveling up stats. Instead, players rely entirely on skill to overcome challenges. What sets Sekiro apart is its unique posture system, where both the player and enemies have a posture meter that fills when they block or attack. If an enemy's posture is broken, it opens them up for a killing blow. 2. Bayonetta. Bayonetta, released in 2009, is an action game developed by Platinum Games that combines over-the-top combat with a unique sense of style. Players control Bayonetta, a witch with a mysterious past, as she battles through hordes of angels and other supernatural foes. The game's combat system emphasizes fluid, combo-heavy action, where players can chain together devastating moves, summon massive creatures, and use a variety of weapons. Bayonetta's signature moves, including Witch Time, allow her to slow down time and deliver punishing attacks, making the gameplay feel both fast-paced and strategic. The game also features a deep upgrade system, where players can unlock new abilities and moves to enhance Bayonetta's already formidable powers. What makes Bayonetta stand out is its confident blend of absurdity, style, and creativity. The game never takes itself too seriously, with Bayonetta herself delivering snarky one-liners and engaging in outlandish battles. The action is accompanied by a fantastic soundtrack, contributing to the game's energetic atmosphere. 1. Ninja Gaiden Black. Ninja Gaiden Black, released in 2005 as an enhanced version of the original Ninja Gaiden, is widely considered one of the best action games ever made. Developed by Team Ninja, this version refines the fast-paced, combo-heavy combat of the original, providing players with a more polished experience. Players once again take on the role of Ryu Hayabusa, the ninja seeking vengeance against those who destroyed his clan and family. The game's combat system focuses on precision, requiring players to chain together intricate combos and utilize a wide array of weapons and ninjutsu techniques. The difficulty level is notoriously high, making every victory feel earned and rewarding. Ninja Gaiden Black is known for its tight controls, punishing difficulty, and unforgettable boss battles. The game strikes a perfect balance between offering challenging combat and rewarding skill-based progression. The fast-paced action, along with the ability to master multiple combat styles, makes it a true test of a player's abilities. The game's story is straightforward but engaging, and the world is rich with enemies and challenges to overcome. Which one hit you the hardest? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more content like this.